following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys!
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
Handoff, Elliott plowing to the goal line. Barry, sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Heckma Harrison, Rob Phillips, and Kyle Yeomans.
It is a wonderful Wednesday edition of Talkin Cowboys, presented by Tostitos, helping fans get in on the game, as we also got our favorite chip and our favorite dip of Talkin Cowboys.
Are you more of a mild dip, or are you kind of like a...
I used to be more of like a mild dip salsa
Now you're more of a medium?
guy. I'm more of a medium into hot now.
What about you?
Same. I like a little spice in there.
Mild.
Mild?
Go with that mild?
Yeah.
I upgraded to the medium as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of get that want for that spice, and Tostitos brings the heat.
They bring the heat.
I can't do Tostitos hot. They got some hot.
They do.
They get a little spicy.
I need to try
for
it.
me.
In a good way.
It is a good way, but I can't.
Like Nelly?
No
Yes. In a good way.
Spice in a
way. How's it going, everybody? Everybody good?
Swell-tastic.
Man, I'm a little upset
Why is that?
because I have been celebrating all night and this morning because
Did you get a big ESPN check?
that came in too.
Oh, good.
But
I just celebrate.
I mean, I felt like I thought the NFC East was ours. I thought last
thought
night
it
all
was
we
done,
needed was
right?
the Boo Eagles to win the
You're
game.
misled.
Did you toast yourself last night?
I did.
Oh.
I did. And so I come in and I had several people let me know that was not a lock last night and that there's still some math that needs to happen. And obviously, Pete, we thought we were going to get you to explain all of this.
I don't do tiebreakers. It's not my thing. Tell me
Saying
what
it was premature, is what you're saying.
And as my wife says, anything that starts with premature can't be good.
So true. So true. So, anyways, let's outline why.
Kyle's just skipping right.
Yeah, I'm going right over that. Let's outline why the playoff scenario is what it is, because the Cowboys have not clinched the NFC East yet. They have not clinched it yet. They can clinch it, however, this week with either a Dallas win, a Philadelphia loss, or a combined 1.5 wins from so basically 2 wins from a number of different teams.
Too much math.
So there's a lot of math in there.
That's crazy.
Just
The
one out.
reason why they did not clinch yesterday, there was a chance in Week 15 that they could have clinched. But the reason why is because you needed a slew of games to go your way prior to your game even. I'm talking Saturday, early Sunday to go your way, and it didn't. So it kind of made it to where even if Philadelphia beat Washington last night, if they go into the final week and Philadelphia were to win out, Dallas were to lose out, Philadelphia would indeed win the division.
Hear yourself say that again.
That's exactly what it is. I don't think that's going to happen. It's
That's
like a
weird.
99.5% chance
Weird.
that the Cowboys win the division
Yeah.
right now.
The magic number is like 0.3725. Like it's, win a game, or somebody else loses for you, and you're good. You're golden.
You don't even have to win or lose out and Philly win out. But if everything else goes to plan and somebody else loses along the way, then you still win the division.
Damn.
It's really weird. And I can't go through it all. It's a lot in the head. So there's nothing that outlines it specifically.
Here's one scenario I do know with an assist from Chris yesterday, because fans are asking if we're jumping ahead here. If the Cowboys, Packers, and Bucks all have the same record at the end,
which means
who gets the 1 seed?
Tampa Bay would win out.
Yeah.
Dallas would win out. And Green Bay would lose one more is the most likely scenario. There.
Yes. It's conference record, correct, Chris? Because they don't all play each other, so there's no head-to-head involved. So Cowboys at the moment, 8-1 in the conference. 8-2 is Green Bay, 6-4 is Tampa.
But why wouldn't Tampa be ahead of us, being that they won the head-to-head matchup?
The head-to-head does not come into play when it's a 3-team parlay.
Yes.
Understood.
Yeah.
So if all 3 teams are tied, the Cowboys have the advantage. And seeing that they would have to win out for that to be the case, most likely they would have an 11-1 record in the NFC. So they would be the top seed. So that's the best case scenario to get to the 1 seed.
They're kind of sitting pretty if they just keep winning.
I just want to make sure that I wasn't the only one that wasn't worried about the NFC East. Is more so worried about the conference.
No.
Okay.
No, there's a lot of people asking about both.
Oh, okay.
So
everybody's jumping way ahead.
Well, I mean, NFC East, just win the rest of your games.
Exactly.
Just take care of business, right? Get it done.
Yeah.
The thing about the conference records is if Dallas wins out, the lowest they could be is the 3 seed. And the only reason they could be the 3 seed is if them and Tampa Bay end the season with the same record, because head-to-head then comes into play if it's just them two. Green Bay would be the 1, then you would have Tampa Bay as the 2, and you would be the 3. So if you win out, you're at least the 3 seed.
I wonder if Beamer can see this. As it stands right now, Beamer, if you had opportunity to check this out, if we were the 3 seed, who would we play? And if we were the 2 seed, who would we play?
Right now, it's the Saints. It's the 7 seed.
If it ended all
Saints.
today, it would be the Saints.
Yeah.
Not
That's 2v7.
49ers.
Right. 6 is San Francisco right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to play.
There's
Playing
almost
really well right now.
Yes, you don't want to play.
unless Tampa Bay were to lose just another shocker game, much like they did last week, so it's definitely possible.
It could definitely happen.
It could absolutely happen, and the madness might just be underway because of what we saw last week: the Lions beating the Cardinals, so on and so
If
forth.
you want Tampa to lose, just have them play the Saints.
Yeah, they're not playing the Saints again. They got They have Carolina twice, and then they have the Jets.
Yeah, the Saints have their number.
It's like a kryptonite thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But unless that happens, unless Tampa Bay loses one of those 3 games against Carolina twice or the Jets once, which is a long shot, then there's really no way that the Cowboys are the 2 seed. They're either the 1 seed or the 3 seed.
Sweet.
I tell you who's in terrible shape
Actually,
right now.
Right now, you're playing Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota?
Yes.
Minnesota men.
It's not the Saints.
No, it's Minnesota right now.
Okay.
It's because of their win.
Yeah, they're 7-7. I'm looking at the sheet to my right, and it says the 7th seed right now is Minnesota.
Interesting.
What's
Okay.
the sheet on your left?
So
Well, it's a wall to my left. Sorry.
the Cardinals right now are in an ugly spot.
Ugly.
Are they going to win their division?
They may not even make the playoffs.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. That might be tough.
What are you talking about? They just lost to Detroit. They have Indy. They have Dallas and Seattle to finish out the season.
Yeah, they'll steamroll Seattle.
Okay. Okay.
I can't dispute that.
Okay.
But
division games.
They may
So
lose
right
2
now-
of their last 3.
Right now, Arizona would play the Rams if it ended today, and San Francisco would end up playing Tampa Bay.
How about that?
Well, bottom line, heck, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
You know,
Do you have another bottle by chance?
No.
Yeah, that's the exciting part is you got to celebrate. Now you get to turn around and celebrate
another
again.
bottle.
You have an excuse to get another bottle.
There it is.
You can go celebrate again.
Celebrate it again, too.
I'm
dog.
sure you
And then you're going to celebrate the 1 seed whenever that comes up as well.
It's coming.
There you go. All right, Rob, let's get into some news and notes. We hit it backwards this morning. We went from playoff scenarios first into news and notes. But what's going on around this Cowboys team?
Cowboys are back to practice today. I believe, insert Isaiah head shake here, I believe it's going to be a very light practice once again on a Wednesday. Not sure if it's straight up walkthrough style like it was last week, but it's going to be pretty light. I imagine it'll be more heavy on the film study because their opponent just played last night, and they've got to. It helps that you played them 2 weeks ago, but you got to cram in that part of it, the film study as well. Go ahead.
No, I was just want to kind of recap. So we're virtual meetings this week.
Yes.
Going to watch primarily all film today, most likely, and then walk through. And it's Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what Mike said. It would probably be lighter today. And then you have a normal practice Thursday. They've got 2 padded practices left this season, so he's been saving them. Like they practiced in shells last Thursday.
You're 10 years too early, bro.
Yeah.
That's all it is to it.
Exactly
Yeah.
what that is.
No more 2-a-days.
Just 10 years too early.
Good for
Sorry.
them.
2-a-days
Good
are
for them.
gone.
More money, less wear and tear. It's not a bad combo.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. So they're back to work. They're meeting virtually. They had another positive, or at least a COVID reserve list situation with Adam Dirty, their defensive line coach. So cross your fingers for no more cases the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Man, there's going to be a severe lack of
That is not
British
the position you need that in.
eloquence on the sideline this week. No more British eloquence, at least this week, from Adam Dirty, one of my favorite position coaches, I think, and everybody's favorite because he's become a star thanks to the sounds of the sideline that you can find
With the subtitles with
the
Alex?
subtitles that are nice and cursive because of his British accent.
Alex Lilly. Also, the Pro Bowl Rosters are unveiled tonight in prime time. They make you wait all the way till 7 Central, I believe. Yes.
So we can talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, we can make our predictions today if you want.
Yeah, how many guys do you guys believe we're going to have on the Pro Bowl?
Let's go through
Not
the roster.
reserves. I'm not talking about reserves. I'm talking about
Just straight up dudes.
first team Pro
in
Bowl.
there. Okay, you're saying starting in the Pro Bowl.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's start at quarterback, right?
No.
That's going to be a no. Let's go to running back.
No.
That's a no as well. Wide receivers?
I think, whoa.
What are you thinking?
I think Zeke gets in.
Okay.
I think he's got a great shot to get in.
Isaiah.
Look at the rushing stats. He's tied with Antonio Gibson for second in the NFC. Am I wrong about that?
I'm going to look it up, but
No, you're not.
yeah.
I'm blanking on who's first, but
It's
he's right there.
Who votes? Who votes on this again?
It's
fans and
yeah.
So
players.
there's a good shot that he gets voted in.
He's 2-time rushing champ.
Why are you so adamant against him
I'm not
making it?
against him.
I know.
I just don't believe
He's tied
that
for
he will
second.
get it.
Dalvin Cook.
I know what the stats say.
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook.
The run game has not been the run game.
Yeah.
He's been very banged up.
Yeah.
But he's Zeke, and he ran it really well early in the season. And he's been pushing through it.
Yeah, tied 862. Dalvin Cook's in first. So Cook is the only one that's hit 1,000 yards in the NFC, and then you got the AFC where there's three guys: Jonathan Taylor, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb. Derrick Henry has 937, and that dude hasn't played in like 4 weeks. So
which is crazy.
You're right. We talked about this off air. Like the rushing stats they're down across the league. No
Just
2,000 yards this year.
No. And are we going to receiver next?
yeah, let's go to receivers.
Maybe
Don't see
CD.
anybody?
CD's up there in catches.
Yeah.
But the depth on this roster kind of cancels each other out
It
in
does.
terms of stats because they spread it around.
What about tight end?
So we have one Pro Bowler on offense, is what we're saying right now.
No. We haven't gotten to the offensive line.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're saying Zach Martin's
Yes.
the lock because you don't think tight end either, right?
No.
What about Dalton Schultz? Who has been, other than maybe a George Kittle in the NFC, who else? Goddard hasn't been that great. Dalton Schultz has been right up there with Goddard in terms of production.
Praise is hard to get over there on the other side of the table, y'all. I'll tell you,
Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed?
You better,
I'm just
you
being
better
realistic.
hope, you better hope
So,
that man don't have the vote
You got
to
to
get
remember,
you in.
but people are voting. I don't know. Like I said, whatever, whoever's voting, they're going to think about what's happening lately, right? What have you done for me lately? You guys heard that song?
Janet Jackson.
What have you done for me lately?
Pre-surgery Janet. Okay, so
Well, that's why Jonathan Taylor's the leading vote getter right now.
right. So I
Because
mean,
he's been tearing it up
Schultzenegger, had we stopped in the first 6 games, yeah, Schultzenegger would have been in there. Zeke would have been in there. But as of late, that's had a substantial drop off.
I know you're not a
Production.
stat guy.
I'm not a stat guy.
That's not your thing. However,
Like,
Isaiah,
you think Derrick Henry gets in there?
based off of where he left off and where those numbers sit right now,
Yeah, I think he
You
gets
think
it.
he gets
yeah.
in?
I mean,
Yeah.
bruh,
He's still up there in the stats.
I know.
And he hadn't played in how many weeks?
But that's what I'm talking about, though. Like, it's a question mark because he hasn't been around lately.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's a great question because that goes back to like Tyron Smith. Like I think if Tyron doesn't miss games,
Yes.
he's definitely in.
Yeah.
I think maybe because he's missed time, we'll see.
Exactly.
Tyron's
That's all I'm
in
saying. That's
regardless.
nothing
I kinda-
against the players.
yeah.
It's just what lately they haven't been as productive. Lately they haven't been as healthy. Lately they haven't been as productive.
Chris, you were going to add something there?
And lately they've been the noon game.
Oh, yeah, so less eyes.
Well, I'm just saying is when you play on the national stage early in the season, people see you, and that's when they start voting.
Pitts has better numbers than Schultz actually.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna go Zeke, Tyron, Zach, Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs. Am I missing anybody?
No,
You guys aren't going to like this, but it's going to be Biotish. You know that, right?
what?
Why?
He's a leading vote getter at center.
Is he really?
Yes.
I love that.
Really?
He has. Something was going on with
him the other day. He's been playing better.
Yeah,
He has been playing well.
But Chris, who's leading that whole campaign for Biotish? It started early. Like there's,
I don't know.
there's a group
Someone
of
said that
fans.
he's like in the top maybe 1 or 2 in vote getting.
Yeah.
Amongst fan votes.
Like
so.
Wisconsin alums just stuffing the ballot box.
I'm telling you, somebody got.
Travis Frederick's out there going like, you gotta vote for
Campaigning.
this guy.
They're jumping around up in Wisconsin.
I love it.
figuring it
Travis
out.
Frederick, his campaign manager.
Just saying. He's doing a hell of a job.
8-page manifesto.
hilarious.
Or it's the fans going, hey, don't they have a center that went to Wisconsin? Yeah, he's pretty good, right?
Yeah. There it
Yeah.
is.
Vote for him.
Rainbow Land.
Yeah, Zach Martin is the highest vote getter right now out of guards.
That is crazy.
That'll be awesome
Dallas
for him.
name. Trayvon Diggs is the highest DB, so Diggs will be in pretty locked. Micah Parsons is going to be a lock.
Yeah, for sure.
But can I just say,
How many? So we have 3 locks.
3 locks?
Yeah, pretty
Would
much.
you guys agree on that?
What locks?
Martin, Diggs, and
Parsons. 3 locks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a couple maybes, right?
Yeah.
Am I by myself in this one?
No, I'm with you.
Okay. All right.
But I hope none of them play in that game.
Oh no.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope none of them play either.
I hope it's
none of them are
I
there.
hope it's a
They're playing the
nice
week after.
handshake. Like, thank you very much for your service. Now go play in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this
That's
not.
right.
I don't. That's
Where
that's
is
what I'm
this?
hoping.
The Pro Bowl, man? They've totally goofed that up.
It's not the way it used to be.
It's at Toyota Stadium in Frisco.
Stop.
I'm just kidding.
Dude, I've lost track. It might be Miami.
It's at the Ford Center.
It's in Vegas this year.
Vegas.
It's in
Okay, they
Vegas
started
this
moving
year.
around. I remember my first year when we went 13-3, and we had 13 Pro Bowlers.
Yep.
I remember T.O. took our whole position group. He flew. That was his Christmas gift to us. He flew our whole position group receivers out to the Pro Bowl, set us up, and we went out there and watched them play.
Was it Hawaii?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. He hooked us up.
Man, with friends like those,
Who you telling?
whatever happened?
telling?
Did he give you some per diem too?
So when you
No,
when
he
you
didn't
get
do
plucked to NFL Network or do something with them, you're flying all of us out to watch you
Listen here,
broadcast,
man. If I
right?
start getting checks like Beamer, I got y'all.
Okay.
I'm sorry, like who?
like Beamer in the back.
I don't know about that.
Oh man! All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, let's talk about this Washington offense and the Dallas defense. Where are the matchups for these two heading into Week 16 when we return here on Talkin Cowboys?
There's nothing as unique as our eyes, which is why Essilor pioneers ways to make lenses as unique as you. Verilux for super sharp vision, Essential Blue for protection, and Crizal for freedom from glare. 3 cutting-edge solutions in a single unique lens. So whatever your needs, insist on Essilor. Visit your local Essilor experts and find the perfect lens for you. See more, do more, Essilor.
New Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. You deserve it.
I do deserve that.
You deserve decadent flavor without sugar. And a day at the beach without sand getting everywhere. And a relaxing bath that your children don't interrupt.
I deserve all that?
It's really just a visual metaphor for Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. Everything you want, nothing you don't.
A visual metaphor on the radio. I do deserve that.
Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. The zero you deserve is finally here.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching grandma how to video call. And teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Hi, I'm Clint Tillison with...
And I'm Jay Novacek, and we're both with...
United Ag and Turf, the official tractor provider of the Dallas Cowboys.
So, if you need a tractor to bale some hay, a mower to cut some grass, or a gator to get some chores done...
Get a John Deere at United Ag and Turf.
And then, let's get to work.
Hey, Jay, that's my line.
Well, not today.
Get to work with a John Deere tractor package that's just right for you and your budget. Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
It's a great people, great pay replay here on Talkin Cowboys. You've heard it already that Jason Witten has joined the Caliber Collision team. You can join him to do great work with great people for great pay and apply right now at jobs@caliber.com. That's jobs@caliber.com.
He went digital, everybody.
No.
He went digital.
No.
Everybody, give it up for Rob P. He went digital.
While it's been weighing me down, I actually put it in my bag, left it in my bag.
Now you don't have
said nope.
Lord Lumbar.
No, wait a minute.
Lord Lumbar.
He stuffed it in the bag.
That's crazy. Now, you've been sitting around here in agonizing pain this whole time, and all it took was for us.
Not until Monday. Monday was the breaking point. It's time to,
Is that when your disc finally just hit?
It snapped. I think it snapped.
My disc is bulging.
Oh.
Yeah, no Rainbow Land for me.
No Rainbow Land whatsoever.
Fudging.
Whoa.
It's not a real place.
Heckma Harrison, Isaiah Stanback, Rob Phillips, Chris Beam,
fudging cotton
Kyle
candy.
Yeomans. Great movie. Great movie.
I don't want to live there.
You can't make me. Oh, we're into our second segment. Let's preview the Washington football team
Good
offense.
children.
We've already seen this Washington football team offense.
Did we?
We saw him 2 weeks ago.
I saw him a couple hours ago.
Yeah, you saw him a couple hours ago. We saw him last night, too.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't get to talk about the reaction to that game, so let's talk about it. Went about as planned, as you would think, with the issues that Washington's going through, Philadelphia being at home, and kind of working off of that as well. But Washington jumped out to a 10-0 start, but it was Philadelphia coming away with a win, 27-17, the final score. And like Heckma said, he thought it was time for celebration, but not just yet. We'll get there.
No, you know what? If I can, this is so hard to say, compliment the Blue Eagles on anything. Their running game, I was like, God, man, I want some of that. Bring that defense so we can go. Zeke, 18 carries, 131 yards. They had 238 yards rushing by the end of the night. And I'm like, where were these guys? We just saw these guys.
Yeah, they put up 519 yards of total offense against that
And they were
defense.
at full steam on the defensive line. That's what I was surprised by. I was very surprised that these guys allowed the Eagles to run the ball on them like that, because I know their pass rush isn't as effective as you would believe it would be. They're standing up a lot. They're not really rushing with a lot of technique, but their rushing defense typically is something that I know I personally feel like they should be pretty confident with, and they just ran through like seaweed water yesterday. It was bad.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm jumping ahead, but it'd be interesting to see if the Eagles continue this and it gets to Week 18, and maybe the Cowboys have their division sewn up, but the Eagles are really playing for something. Week 18, because that was a big win for them.
I mean, they're at 7-7, which means they're tied for that final spot because of tiebreakers. Though they are out of the final spot in the NFC race, so they absolutely entering the final 3 weeks of the year have an opportunity at a wild card spot. Speaking of the Washington football team offense, they didn't look much better than the defense did yesterday. 237 yards. They had just 63 on the ground. Gibson bottled up for 15 carries, 26 yards. And he was bottled up the first time around against the Cowboys as well. But Garrett Gilbert, former Cowboy, G-Eazy, was out there starting for Washington football team in spot duty for Taylor Heineke and Kyle Allen, who were both on the COVID reserve list. So,
well, you think I have so positive to say about
Garrett
the G-Wagon?
The G-Wagon?
No, man.
We love the G-Wagon.
I did. And I said before, I thought it was the backup position was his to lose.
Yeah.
And he lost it. And, it's amazing to see what he did in spot duty on the short notice. You could see, man, he could make some throws. But, boy, by the end of the night, boy, he was a dusty old cowboy, wasn't he?
You weren't wrong about that competition, by the way.
No.
I'm just saying.
It wasn't – nobody knew that was a competition until it was a competition in the dress rehearsal game. And all of a sudden, Cooper Rush is playing more. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, it was Garrett Gilbert's job to lose at the backup spot. And then all of a sudden, you come in and it was like, wait a second, where's Garrett?
Yeah.
Where did he go?
Out of here.
Oh, wait.
But, I mean, give him some credit because he came in 3 days ago. And
that's crazy.
Kind of like he did last year in the Pittsburgh game.
So after the evaluation of both of those quarterbacks, Heineke and Gilbert, who would you rather see starting on Sunday night?
Who are we?
Yeah.
Double G.
You would rather Gilbert than Heineke?
Yeah, you know him.
Huh.
Yeah.
Got enough tape on him. I got you.
You went up against Jalen Smith last week. You want to do that again at the quarterback position too?
Why not? Keep the party going. I know Ford has the Mach E. We want to see the Mach G.
Okay. That That was a very interesting plug.
So we're going to go back with that. I don't, my thing is I think that this defense should be in hunt mode, whoever they bring out there. I think for our front seven, watching that Washington game, I was just I'm like, man, this is going to be absolutely horrible for them on Sunday because they came out lifeless. They had nothing. And although the Eagles had just come off of a bye, they're fully rested. And obviously Washington was in a dogfight last week with us, and it showed. And they're going to be, I don't know how they're going to get prepared for a Sunday night battle versus us. I just think their offensive line is so compromised. And, man, Fletcher Cox was all over them last night. We talked about it before the show. Like a guy that can still make plays at a high level after so many years is Fletcher Cox. But I just can't wait to run into these guys on Sunday.
I'm with Heck. It doesn't matter who their quarterback is Sunday. If they can't block it doesn't matter. If they can't block any better than they did the first time around, and you mentioned, I think they said on the broadcast last night, Washington's on their fourth center of the season.
Crazy.
Ishmael started.
That's crazy.
They didn't have Scherf. They didn't have Larson in the game, and it showed. And so the pressure they got, the Cowboys did in the first meeting, not to mention the fact that I think Gibson only had 60 yards, something like that in the first meeting. They averaged 3 yards a carry last night. If they can't win the line of scrimmage, then it's going to be a repeat of last time around.
Tell you how bad Gibson's night was. He had 15 carries for 26 yards.
Got hit in the backfield a lot.
Yeah.
Our defensive line is salivating right now.
Looking at this film, seeing a tired Washington team that played on Tuesday.
Yeah. Osa and Trishan are well rested. They're going to be coming in hot. This is going to be a problem for Washington. It sucks that they had to play last night and they had to turn around and play again Sunday.
It does not.
Yeah, I feel bad for them. I do. I'm not going to feel bad that when they lose on Sunday, but I feel bad that physically they're not going to be recovered.
I agree.
Not.
I said it yesterday. I mean, you move the game, but then they have to play the night game and then turn around. And now they did have it wasn't even a home game. You got to fly home and then try to get back to work on a Wednesday. That's not ideal. And they'll probably either have Heineke or Kyle Allen back.
Think so?
Yeah, I mean,
they almost had him back last night.
I would think one would clear protocol by then, but we'll see.
I think at that point, it's pretty. Or at this point, it's pretty easy. They may even get back for a week of practice to test out of. So I think they'll be all right in terms of the quarterback position. But Brandon Scherf, you mentioned him. He was placed on the COVID-19 reserve list, but he was placed on it yesterday. So that might get kind of tight on whether or not he's available. There's a couple guys in that rotation on that offensive line that may or may not be available. So the Cowboys' defensive line certainly licking their chops at the moment. But that brings me to my next question. Throughout the season, we've provided a lot of spotlight on that defensive line, and it has been earned by Micah Parsons, by Randy Gregory, now DeMarcus Lawrence into the mix. Those guys have earned the spotlight. But outside of Trayvon Diggs, are we underrating the rest of the Cowboys secondary for what they've been able to do? Because you're seeing the numbers of interceptions climb for Jordan Lewis, for Anthony Brown. Malik Hooker's been getting in on the action. We've also mentioned Jaren Kearse. So maybe outside of Kearse and Diggs, is this secondary underrated?
I don't think they're underrated. I believe that they are. I think Kearse has gotten all the credit that he's due. I think we've been shouting at the mountaintops about Kearse ever since camp. Really, he's been doing well since then. So I think he's got his due diligence in terms of A. Brown and J. Lou. They might be undervalued. Maybe it might probably be the best way to say it.
And I'm not necessarily talking about our show specifically. I'm talking as Cowboys Nation as a whole.
For sure. No, okay. I'm talking about those two are probably undervalued because most teams have a 2 or 3 headed monster, and Diggs typically takes out the number one monster. Okay, but now you got those other two guys that have to pick up the slack in that regard. So they are undervalued in that regard because they do make plays. Brown's made some plays. J. Lou stepped up last game. I just think that they haven't probably been as consistent as you would have liked them to be. When you start thinking about how much, I guess every time you put a value on how much money they're making, there's an expectation that comes along with it.
Sure.
And I think when you put that dollar next to the value that they've actually presented on this team, I don't think it necessarily always adds up, but they are being productive.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was talking to Hellman yesterday, and there was a national broadcast that was singing the praises of the Cowboys secondary, not just Trayvon Diggs, but Anthony Brown. Anthony Brown's balling out. And when you hear that nationally, it's kind of a surprise because I feel like you mentioned, Cowboys Nation locally, everybody beats up on Anthony Brown. But and look, he's been targeted a lot lately, pretty much ever since the Thanksgiving game, when everybody went at
Since they started out, they jumped out the gate early on that one.
I think that one was a little bit warranted in terms of him getting talked about in a negative way.
No, for sure. But I'm just saying overall this season, I think he has played well. I think he's made a lot of plays. I think Jaron Kearse should be serious consideration for the Pro Bowl this year.
Too.
I don't think he's going to get in, but I think he has had such an impact. The guy does not come off the field for the defense, a defense that has had by far the biggest turnaround this season. And Malik Hooker, I asked Mike McCarthy about him yesterday or Monday. He said that's the best game he's played for us. 6 tackles. He was the highest rated defensive player by PFF in the game last week. And first pick since the Achilles injury that he had a couple of years ago.
Man. And just looking, he's rounding into shape, and you see it now with the way that he's closing on tackles and the interception. But you're right. You speak about Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown. For me, Jordan Lewis, his physicality has been unsung. For such a little guy, boy, he brings it in the running game, and he's so aggressive. And I think he's a tone setter on our defense. And not a lot has been made about that. But, when you talk about Anthony Brown and him being targeted, he understands it every game because of what Trayvon Diggs is doing is so damn special that quarterbacks that have at least a marble rolling in their brains are not going over to number 7 side at all. And so most of the time, 30 is getting all of the targets his way. Man, we had a guy here a long time ago by the name of Larry Brown that ends up being an MVP in the Super Bowl because, hey, it was a Deion Sanders on the other side. Hey, and this is what it leads to because no one wants to go over to your side. So maybe I'm speaking that into existence for you, Anthony, but I'm just saying, this defense all in all, and the Micah Parsons effect, when you go back to the New York Giants tape, the Giants have basically said, we're not going to let 11 beat us. We're going to slide protect to wherever number 11 is, but they just left some other things to be desired from some other guys that we have. And my goodness, I don't know how Tank finishes this season, but right now, Tank Lawrence is like, if you're going to have a one-on-one matchup with him, he is going to eat for the rest of this season.
Man, that's scary. The fact that he joined this defense, D-Law did, and immediately there were 4 takeaways in 3 straight games. And he has to do with a lot of that. He has to do with the pressure. I mean, the pick to Jordan Lewis was his doing. It was the way that he hit Mike Glennon, punched him in his mouth. Turn around in the way that he punched the ball out against actual Saquon Barkley, who hadn't fumbled at any point throughout this season. So, I mean, D-Law comes in and he's played that X factor, but who is the most valuable player on that defensive side? Because we've mentioned the Diggs and the Parsons being in that player of the year conversation, but now that they're all together and they're all playing, who is the one that makes the whole thing go?
That's really hard. Obviously you're going to pick out Micah Parsons. Let me just say this. Number 96, Neville Gallimore. If y'all want to watch a treat, just about to say watch Neville Gallimore. He is carrying offensive linemen like groceries right now. We talk about Brent Urban and his impact of gobbling up blocks at the beginning of the season, and him going on IR was one of those things you're like, man, dude, it's kind of hard to see because of what his impact was in the running game. Neville Gallimore has stepped in nicely, and it looks like the way that he's playing, he must have been locked up in a room just salivating at the opportunity to get back on the field because every snap that he's taken, he is playing. I mean, he is exploding off the ball. Yeah. At the point of attack, there are not a lot of offensive linemen that want to deal with him, but the rotation is murderous. And every guy that comes in, there's no breaks at all. So it's hard to say right now because they're playing so well as a group.
I'm saying Gallimore. I think he's
the one that makes it go?
That's a loaded question.
It is.
But I think that this defense needs Gallimore. I think they need him. I think there's a lot of other positions on this team that are interchangeable, but I think that one position at the nose guard or whatever D tackle position, whatever you want to call it, for him, we need him, and simply because of everything that Heckman just spoke on, he disables offenses from just saying we're going to come downhill. And he forces guys. Not only does he have that presence in the running game, but also in the passing game, he's able to push the pocket. He's able to force that pocket back. So he takes away that pocket. He turns that U-shaped pocket into an M. He turns it into an M, and these guys have to try to find
step up
and find other little canals. Yeah. And if you can't go up the middle, if you're getting pressure from up the middle, where do you have to go? I go to the edges. Well, now when you go to the edges, I got freaking Gregory and I got freaking D-Law. Right. Oh, and by the way, when we want to blitz, we can isolate your guard and bring Parsons as well. So, and then you got Osa and all these other guys that contribute. But in terms of necessity, it has to be Gallimore.
Because quarterbacks hate middle pressure. Yep. They hate it probably more than edge pressure.
Absolutely.
I'll go Micah just because I think where would they be without him this year? Randy's missed 4 games. Tank's missed 10. Gallimore's missed all but 2. He's held this thing together in the front 7, not at multiple positions. But I wouldn't lose sight of Randy Gregory and the impact he has had when he's been in the game. He has become their best pure pass rusher, just gifted rushing off the edge, and he's a pretty good run defender too.
Man, he is so quick off the snap. The way that he explodes off the side and just gets in the face of a left tackle or a right tackle.
Bing bong.
So, yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Hey, yo. All right, let's take our second break. When we come back, what changes for the Washington football team offensively as opposed to what we saw just 2 weeks ago in Week 14? We continue previewing Washington offense versus Cowboys defense when we come back on Talkin Cowboys.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching Grandma how to video call. And teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Before there was a draft, you could size up a cowboy by 3 simple factors: the crease in his hat, the bend of his brim, and his unbending attitude. A man's Stetson didn't just protect him from what life threw at him, it projected a rugged, unstoppable spirit. Stetson hats are still American-made with pride right here in Texas. They're still the unofficial crown of all self-respecting cowboys, and Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find a retailer nearest you at stetson.com/cowboys.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Whether you're watching from home or you're cheering in the stands with Essilor lenses, you can see every exciting play. Book an appointment at your local Essilor experts and see what Essilor can do for you. See more, do more Essilor on Talkin Cowboys. Final segment, as always, presented by Tostitos, helping fans get in on the game. I like the mic, the little back and forth.
Did you see that right there?
It's very subtle into the ears of a listener, too.
If it falls off, it's like a lady.
I'm waiting for it to just completely hit the ground.
Not going to happen.
Falls off.
I have touch. I have now Hansy over here is.
Wait a minute. I had nothing to do with that.
Wait a minute.
What just happened?
It was strong hands.
Pulling it.
Come watch my strong hand.
Ooh, it's heavy.
We went one show without having a reference to that scene, and we go right back to it. Isaiah, by the way, if you've joined us throughout any point of this year of Talkin Cowboys, you have learned by now that Isaiah just thinks in movie quotes.
That's it.
They're just phrases.
He lives in
head.
movie quotes.
It's a big filing cabinet in his head. And he just pulls out a movie quote, and that's his sentence that he throws out there. That, and then there's like a small one for football.
That's how I operate, man. It works. It works.
It's wild.
Are we going to talk about the Cowboys trend setting, by the way?
What are you talking about?
About the benches?
Would you call me?
You're talking about Washington and Philadelphia both bringing their benches.
Well, Dallas didn't bring their own bench, right?
They did not.
They did not.
We
They rented one,
Rented,
and the company that they rented it from said, "Well, shoot, we have an opportunity. Let's do it up."
They wanted to, they want to impress Jerry.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
all the bells and whistles.
And now everybody's talking about
Everybody wants their own.
And now Washington has their own.
Yeah.
BYOB.
Bring your own bench.
There it is.
That's pretty funny.
Bring your own bench.
And pretty soon, and Chris, I agree with you. It is a trend setting because now Washington's done it. Now Philly's done it.
Now,
there are other teams that have done it. It's going to be across the league in like 1 year.
Is Washington bringing their own benches here?
Yes.
Yep.
Guarantee it.
But it's going to be 8.
It's going to be 80.
72.
No, it's going to be 81 degrees.
But no, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you bring your own benches in 81 degrees? They heated bench.
They might have the game
They might
outside.
open the doors open.
Open it all up.
Yeah, beautiful day.
Why not? It's going to be 85 on Christmas here.
Wow.
I'm thinking about going to my cousin's house for a pool party for Christmas. For Christmas. We talked about it on the way here. We're going to have a pool party on Christmas.
You crazy?
Are we invited?
Beamer. Are you?
Chris is going to go to the lake. Going to go open up the smoker.
You have to do that, right? Like, if you have an opportunity, you have to have a pool party on Christmas. How many times can you have an opportunity to do that?
California. I mean, that's about it.
Maybe.
Florida.
Yeah. Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona.
Yeah, Chris has a pool. No one's ever seen it.
You ever had an invite?
Did you hear the hurt there?
Yeah.
Of course he hasn't had an invite. You hear the way he said that?
Oh my God.
It's a nice pool, too.
Must be nice.
Oh, you've seen it.
What?
I saw it whenever he was building it.
So did you? Heck.
Yeah, you
So
saw
you
it
built
too?
the pool at your house. You didn't buy the house with the pool. Wow.
Yeah, I saw the concrete being laid down. I was there for the foundation, Heckma, and I still also have.
I saw
one.
pictures. Beamer showed me. Do you have a pool at your house?
I do not.
Do you have a pool at your house?
No.
Me neither. It says Beamer's only one, huh?
Yeah.
Kyle has one at his house.
I'm at an apartment.
Yeah, Kyle has the apartment best one.
He shares it with 1,000 people.
There's usually kids at that pool, so
Test the water.
it doesn't work out.
Here comes Kyle with his Brazilian shorts.
And he has a pair.
Darn right. Why not? All right. What's going to change for this Washington offense?
Nothing.
Rob, we'll start with Isaiah then.
Nothing.
Nothing changes.
Nothing. It's just all around bad situation for them.
Yeah.
The quarterback was out. He didn't have any reps last week. Obviously he'll get back on the roll. Hopefully he gets back in practice and gets off of the COVID list. Then they have the offensive line. They have the issues there. They're coming off a game literally last night. So these guys are going to have 72 plus just hours to get back healthy somehow, some way. And then our defense is playing the best ball of their careers. It's just a bad scenario for them. Defensively, they just got walked through like hot dog water last night, which hopefully we can continue to build upon our running game. That should give our offensive line the confidence that they need to go out there and just thrash these guys, regardless of the big names that they have on that defensive front.
Yeah.
It's a huge opportunity for us momentum-wise, and their entire organization is going the entirely wrong way.
So Isaiah just previewed the entire game, so we're done today here on.
He left no meat on that bone.
None.
There's no meat on that.
So kind of going along with what you said, though, again, in going back to the Week 14 matchup, they found a rhythm offensively late in that game, and Kyle Allen was the one that brought them that rhythm and that momentum. Do they go back to that? Now that Garrett Gilbert started last night, both of those guys, Heineke and Allen, were unavailable against the Eagles. Do they go back to Kyle Allen, and then maybe he's the one that leads the charge against Dallas this week?
I think they go to Heineke if he's healthy. He got him a 4-game win streak, got him back to 500. He's their starter, so I would think they go back to him. And they do have weapons on the outside. I mean, McLaurin, Sims, they can, but hey, Diggs did a nice job on McLaurin. Yeah. And if you can't run the ball, I mean, the best run they had that I saw in the game last night was a reverse to Carter. So if they can't get anything going up front, it's gonna be a long day for them.
Yep. No, I believe they go back to Heineke. At least I hope they do. But I think for Heineke, he's we had him seeing ghosts and he didn't know what to do. But I still respect Terry McLaurin. We've seen what he can do, and just Trayvon Diggs did such a wonderful job against him, and not only him, just following all of the number one receivers. We talk about his interceptions, but just his ability to shut guys down and limit their catches. He did it versus Terry McLaurin. Obviously, he gave up the touchdown 2 weeks ago. But at the same time, I think for the Washington football team is going to be they're going to try and rely on their running game. That's what gets everything to tick for them. And when you see last night, when their running game fails them, pretty much everything else fails them. And just going back to what you said, Isaiah, I think the turnaround is going to be too quick for them, and they're a team that's looking for the ground. They're looking for somewhere to lay down. They're going in the wrong direction. They recognize that they don't have the dogs even to compete, and you saw it last night.
Yeah, allowed 0 receptions and 3 targets Trayvon Diggs did against McLaurin in Week 14. And then last week, he actually turned around and had a better week against New York Giants. I mean, they didn't really throw the ball around a lot either, but they allowed a 27 passer rating whenever he was targeted last week as well. So a couple back-to-back games where he's been exceptionally strong.
And his defense is scorching hot right now. I mean, with the turnover differential, everything that they're doing right now, you can rely on them. It's like we talked about earlier in the week, man, who are you more excited to see? Is it the offense or the defense? And right now you feel like every time these guys get on the field, you're watching something special happen.
We are watching something special. That's the thing is every single time, and you wrote a column on it, right? The 3 and Out?
Yeah.
And you talked about 31 reasons why you're watching something special. And it's a great article, by the way. Go read it on DallasCowboys.com. You're welcome. But that's the thing is every time that defense takes the field, you're going to see something exciting. Even if it's a drive and it doesn't work out in a turnover, takeaway, whatever, or punt, you still feel like something's going to happen.
How many takeaways do you guys project this week?
3.
2.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 2. I mean, 4, that's been a lot.
It's been a lot. But
if we do 4 again, I'm just, hey, I said that.
You're going to go right back to it.
Yeah.
I told you guys from the beginning they were going to have 4 again.
But are you that guy that believes, I mean, I know you're offensive-minded, so if we need anything offensive-minded, we're going to come to that side of the table. But do you believe defenses win championships?
Yes. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the way that this defense is playing, they will put this organization in a position to win championships if they continue playing at this level, especially against Washington this coming week. Dan Quinn will not allow them to have a running game. I think Dan Quinn is competitive enough to say, to heck with this. How dare the Giants come in here thinking they're going to run the ball against us? We're going to sure this up right now. And then Washington's going to be in a position where they have to draw back and throw the ball. Defensive line is going to add pressure. Heineke, I don't care who's at quarterback, they're going to be tossing it up like Tupac, and it's going to be interception.
Hello.
Can we go back to what you said at the start of that about where this defense can take you? Because I just want to end on that.
Yeah, they would put them in a position to win a championship.
Say it louder, please.
They would put them in a position to win a championship.
You didn't say it louder. You said it faster.
They will put them in a position to win a championship.
That's what I like to hear. All right, that does it for us here on Talkin Cowboys here on a wonderful Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. We are giving our game pick'ems. We're previewing the Cowboys offense versus that Washington defense. But for Chris Beam, Isaiah Stanback, Rob Phillips, Heckma Harrison, I'm Kyle Yeomans. We'll see you tomorrow on Talkin Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!